Welcome to this video series on wellness program resources. Our topic for this video is administrative structure for employee wellness programs, number 52. One of my clients, I was meeting with the director of wellness for an large East Coast Blue plan, and she was coming from a history of a great deal of plan management of different departments within the plan. And we were working on designing a wellness program that they could then provide to their member clients. And she had assumed that their internal administrative structure should parallel the external clients' plans. And there was she had a strong MBA background, but weak program delivery around particularly the wellness area. She had previously a nutrition-focused person in charge of the program, so it had followed some of the biases of someone coming from a nutrition background. As we talked, I could tell that she didn't have a clear idea of how the plan's wellness services should relate to their clients' administrative structure and their administrative program support for the wellness program. And also, she was not clear about the resource implications for the plan, the health plan itself, and the organizational resources that it would require to provide that kind of support to her clients. Also, had the dynamic that the fit between the plan wellness provided services and the client basics needs in wellness for an adequate administrative structure were not necessarily aligned or very rational. She was not tracking with the realities of the core administrative functions that are needed in all wellness programs in order for them to be successful. I started going through the basic administrative infrastructure with her, and I suggested that I would develop a tool that she and her staff could use to work with their clients around the wellness services that the plan was providing and would provide for the client's organization. I sent her the tool that we're going to look at now, or in a moment or two, and about a week after my visit with them. I did feel bad that I didn't anticipate the need for this information up front, but that is what experience brings you as you work on consulting and on applying various kinds of technical applications and approaches to organizations. So it came out good. She was happy with the way in which her services evolved, and she was able to shape them. But there was definitely some time there where I wasn't quite sure how it was going to look. Now let's take a look at the tool itself and how to use it. Now, in terms of how to use this tool, a link to this 4-page tool is provided in the description for this video. I suggest that you pause the video and download the tool, and then restart the video and follow along as I cover the highlights of this 4-page document. First of all, as you look at the document, we laid out, and I had laid out the administrative infrastructure and components into a acrostic to help people remember them. And the acrostic is START. It's the word START, S-T-A-R-T. And the S in START relates to the service provider or vendors, external vendors that you are using. In her case, because of being in a blue plan, she was the vendor for many of the services, but she also had to arrange other vendors that would augment her services with their clients. The T in START, the first T, stands for targets, and that targets is really the issue of what are the behavioral and/or clinical and/or knowledge targets that you are focused on in your wellness program. And it's identification of that content area that helps define and helps you establish the administrative structure of your program. The A in START stands for accountability. And the accountability is usually around the program goals, the program objectives, a program evaluation plan, and a program work plan. Those are the four major components that you need for the administrative infrastructure for a wellness program. The R in START stands for resources, and the resources include your program budget, your program coordinator or manager, which may be yourself or may be an internal person that you're working with as an outside consultant, a program proposal, which is really the more detailed plan for the wellness program, and your program brand, which includes the name, logo, tagline, and art style, or graphic standards, that's sometimes called. And then finally, your email capability, because email is going to be your primary administrative tool to reach people for the wellness program. The second T in START stands for team, and that team includes a wellness design team, which is usually is not around permanently, but is in fact the group of people that help you define a wellness program, particularly in larger organizations and in more complex organizations like Blue Plans. The second component is your wellness advisory group, and that's a group that you can evolve into. Some of your design team members oftentimes become members of that wellness advisory group. The third part of your resources are the employee wellness network, and that's usually the volunteers that help you with the program. They can be called wellness ambassadors, wellness champions, wellness reps, all kinds of different names for them. Your program website would be the next item. And then ad hoc action teams, and these are where you are harnessing some of the volunteers and the helpers and the different kinds of people with different expertise in your work site as ad hoc teams, usually focused around an event or an activity that you launch. The sixth area is the sample job description for the worksite wellness coordinator. And in the tool, you'll find an outline of essential job functions, additional job functions, general requirements and competencies, knowledge, skills and abilities, and a recommended salary range. So these constitute the key elements for the administrative infrastructure. It's structured around the word START, and it allows you to put together the core of your administrative activity for your wellness program. Now, there's some key questions that you might consider asking. One is, does the organization have adequate administrative infrastructure in place? If they do, then you just need to compare it with what's in the tool. Secondly, you can ask the question, does the organization's leaders, or do the organization's leaders, know what specific administrative components will be necessary for the wellness program to succeed? So that's your second question. Third question is, will this tool help them develop an adequate administrative infrastructure for the employee wellness program? And your last question might be, who should receive the tool? Who should work with the tool? Who should use it in various presentations and discussions with senior management? A few more tips is that be sure and point out that the 3 different wellness strategies or program models that we've talked about have very different administrative requirements. So remember that that's an implication of the choice of which program model you use. You want to keep reminding key players of the need to carefully craft the administrative infrastructure and structure itself, and to remind them it's not just the what, but it's also the how you do each of these tasks. And then finally, you want to help them determine correctly the sequence of development of the various administrative components that we've just discussed. In summary, a detailed description of the administrative elements of a successful wellness program is a very helpful step in the program development process and can materially influence and improve the function of the program over time. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. New videos are published weekly. And for more information, search for WellCert. WellCert is the premier professional certification for wellness program leaders. Be sure to check out this training program if you want to improve your wellness programming skills. And remember, delivering great employee wellness programming is a high calling. Let's do our best to get the job done. Good luck with your wellness programming efforts.